How's it going, everybody? It's official word here with another video, and yeah, unfortunately, I just went into Legends and went 311. I mean, I shouldn't have even had a fail at all, but it's still gonna be a positive day for plus 10 with the new totem spells. I used a couple of them, I think 2 in each army, but somehow when I filmed the video, only one attack in the very end got cut in. I don't even know how that works, but that's a little unfortunate. So instead, I'm just gonna be recapping my upgrade, which I did at the start of the video anyway. But yeah, to start off, obviously Townhall 18 is here. And as far as that goes, we got Guardians, right? And I went for the Smasher, maxed it out, and this was kind of a similar thought process to the merged defenses, and that's because when I had the Crusher Mortar maxed, then I could upgrade the others. Same kind of deal. I maxed out the Smasher, and now when I use bases that are intentionally meant for Smasher, I can upgrade my Long Shot. And they work like this. So the Smasher is going to be going ground and air troops, smashing them down just like that. When the Town Hall gets destroyed as well, he becomes enraged. So that's something to note. But you can see right there how much he just did to those Valkyries. In terms of the long shot's going to be a little different right here. He shoots from range, hence the name long shot, and drops 1,000 damage when destroyed, which is half of a super miner since a super miner does 2,200. So it's not that much damage. Obviously, you know, you upgrade him. Actually, it doesn't even look like that can increase. So that's not that amazing, but it does seem like a lot of people are going for this guy to maybe help against Warden charges. But his range isn't that crazy. We obviously can't do friendly challenges yet, as you can see here, so can't really test any of these things out. But this Revenge Tower is next. I also got this maxed. It's got a pretty interesting mechanic where as more and more buildings go down, it's more and more damage. So typically you'd want something like that to be into the core of your base so that as buildings naturally have to go down for the troops to get closer to it, it can become more and more powerful. And you see right here, there's the maximum buildings down. Look at how much damage that does. 4 Hog Riders can barely get to it in time, and it has 6,000 HP, which is a decent amount. Crazy, crazy work. Also, another thing talking about HP, the long shot can get up to, let's see here, probably 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12,000 damage, or 8 HP. The Smasher is 16,000, which is well over Barbarian King. He is so tanky, so that's going to be quite interesting, and that's the reason I went with him in the first place. Next we talked about was that Revenge Tower, going to be quite interesting. Near the core of your base is where you're going to see it, so that buildings have to go down to get to it. Yeah. Thirdly, Clan Castle's got a 4th spell, so that's quite interesting, bringing another spell to an army. For me, I was able to switch out 2 freezes for 2 totem spells, and then another freeze, and that's what I was able to do in this army, so I think with the totem spells, you can charge a little deeper, and hence I don't need another invis to maybe fireball a little deeper. So that's what I went for today. It clearly worked out with 311. Obviously, this was Town Hall 17 defenses, but we're going to get into some replays and talk about that a bit. Next off is, I guess I'll go to the pets. Your lizard got 5 more levels, so I've got him upgrading. He's nothing incredible, but he's kind of been, you know, one of my favorites earlier in the Town Halls, so maybe he'll be back. I'm not really sure. Something that a lot of people talked about is the Town Hall is not a building, so it can't really shoot you anymore, which might bring back something like this, a Super Wizard Blimp into the new level Dragon Riders or something like that. I think with Super Wizard Blimp, you use a couple spells, a Rage, 5 Invis, maybe the Freeze or something on a Sweeper to try to make sure it can land, but that's about usually it, is the Rage and 5 Invis. And in that case, that's similar to a World Champion charge of 5 Invis and a Recall. So you might be able to do an army that doesn't use too many spells. You know, Root Riders have 2 Overgrowth. Dragon Riders are pretty much sustainable on their own with the Warden just having the Rage Gem. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Haven't been able to friendly challenge yet, but Super Wizard Blimps might be back. And also another thing people are talking about is maybe the Queen charge. The Town Hall kind of would beam the healers as she walked around. Was one of the main reasons, not the only, but one of the main reasons was all that splash damage on the healers just stopped a Queen charge right away, whereas a Warden shooting from distance meant the healers were even further away. So maybe Queen charges are going to be back with a Frozen Arrow. People have thought maybe a Blizzard. New level to defenses have been coming. So far I'm upgrading a multi-archer tower right now, and I've already got my 2 Super Wizard towers right here, just waiting for them to be done. Already told you, maxed out the Revenge Tower, and I'm getting my Gear Tower maxed. So in my opinion, the strongest defense is the Revenge Tower, the multi-gear, get them maxed, get those new Super Wizard towers, and then start upgrading everything together, like these Ricochet Cannons that look super cool, these multi-archer towers that look super cool. I'm really liking the look of these new levels. You see, oh, I guess you can't see the healers right there, but the healer new level, when you watch those replays that I'll show you, are fantastic. So really good stuff. About to get this guy done with my builder potion. How much longer do we even got on that? An hour. Changing skins is going to be quite cool. I think some people have speculated maybe a what do you call that, like create where you can do it like in Fortnite, right? Like Ninja, even some like celebrities were in the game, like maybe some celebrity skins could come in is what they were thinking, but we'll see exactly how that kind of works out. But as far as the hero haul goes, 5 more hero levels to everything. I maxed out my Warden since obviously he's my main hero and I want to keep him as much health as possible. They're all going to be maxed for a bit. I think it's 5 days you get. Yeah, 5 days you get when you upgrade your Town Hall. So, don't waste that. Get into Legends, get into Clan Wars when you upgrade while you have everything maxed for a little bit. But as far as this new spell goes, this is kind of the biggest, I guess, breaking thing of the whole update is how strong this spell is. So this totem spell, it retargets right here defenses with a little bit of a stun. You see 0.2 seconds, turns it, and this is only mine level 3 with 12,000 hit points, and look how long it's taking. Not just the ricochet cannon, you notice right here the air defense is hitting ground. And something that's actually interesting is people have noticed that if you put down a totem spell by an air sweeper, the air sweeper that pushes it will now, let's say, where is it? Here's my air sweeper. If I put a totem spell down right here on the storage to tank this sweeper, it'll start pushing this direction. And if I have any ground troops over here, they actually get pushed back. And seeing a ground troop getting pushed back is kind of an interesting mechanic. But yeah, I don't know. That's something that I think was yeah, I don't know, just interesting from the update. Another good use of these totem spells people have found is, let's say I wanted to start a flame flinger from this left side, and I'm not even sure yet, like I can't seem to tank heroes very well, but once I figure out how to get that down, like I thought maybe you had to put it on their banner. I tried to put it near them, near the banner. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, so I wasn't really too sure. I'm just gonna wait for this to come back in a second here and then upgrade this for you guys. But I went ahead this morning, and as soon as I updated, started really working on these upgrades, so I obviously couldn't bring a live upgrading video for you guys, but I was planning to bring a whole legend day, and somehow my video got corrupted, so I only had the one attack. But I want to take you into some of these, maybe my last couple where I'm a little bit more warm with the army. And yeah, this was an invis rage. I made a couple mistakes. Let me go into 2 times speed, and it just doesn't matter. Like, the crafting station is here, but if it was a real crafting station, I probably would have fireballed this side and maybe went for a lug launcher to the core. You see, even I have a lug launcher still selected. That's what I was planning for most of this attack. And all the 30 seconds, and then I switched it right here. And I went for this flame flinger, and what I needed to do was, these balloons are going to go in. I should have used one at a time and seen how long they would last, because since they stay alive, they go in, they pull out the archers in the furnace. Just a big problem right there. So that's a little bit of an issue for me, but here's what I wanted to show you guys mostly is I'm charging a gear tower and ricochet cannon. I would almost never do this. It might take a rage and a freeze. Instead, totem spell right there. I put it a little too close to the monolith, and you got to learn the range of these things. I'm not too sure yet, but the monolith helped take it down. Without that, that would have stayed alive even longer. And still, 2 spells. I think I ice block right here. And we get a deep fireball, nice fireball. Don't even know if I did invis right here to be safe. But 1 totem spell got me through those big defenses. I couldn't pull my warden, but that just meant I started my Sui on this side. And you saw the 1 totem spell right there already. Look at this, right? Minion Prince. I just poisoned him since I knew ice golems were in there. Since only a furnace came out for air targeting. And then you'll see even right here, tried to use a totem to pull back the enemy king. Don't know why it didn't come out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But even distracting the expo lets my king ability get a little bit tighter. So kind of interesting right there. I just rage right here on my warden. He easily gets through that section. The new levels are going to be really helpful. Also saw only ground defense in this area. Going to free pick off a ricochet cannon. And then I still had a freeze right here. I probably should have just used it on the enemy queen and went in with a headhunter. But I stopped looking since I knew this base was crushed. And yeah, 2 Rocketloons, headhunter, go snipe it out. And we crushed this base for the final one of the day. That gave me 311, which is not bad on offense. And, shouldn't have failed at all. But let's show you another one. And there's an interesting mechanic, I think is the reason why I wanted to bring a couple totem spells. Didn't really get a great chance to use it, but I probably, let's say even this base would have been a phenomenal example, is you could start a flinger at the bottom. When these mortars go down from Rocketloons and this expo starts to hit you, I could just, out of range of both of these defenses, but in range of the expo, out by this mortar, go with the totem before the expo, or I got tanked maybe, but before the flinger got tanked. But then this would be tanking it. You'd take down all this section, and that's just 1 totem spell. So I was even thinking maybe I'd drop my freeze for 3 totem spells, because they can kind of be used like that to set up a flame flinger, which has been essential to fireball attacks in the last couple weeks, as we've seen, to help with, not time failing and stuff like that. So using the totem spell can be used on Suis to help your king. You'll see even on this one, right? I use it right away to let this ice golem penetrate a little deeper. And it does right here, right? The king comes in. Now the ice golem goes off, and it really just lets my king get all the way in. And then there's a tornado even. I hit massive bait, and still the king gets a little deeper because of that, so not too bad. And queen right here with the druids. This is why I think I'm going to stick with them. Right here, queen ability, she's just staying full health from these raged up druids. Nothing can take her down. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I use another one right here. It doesn't get the spitter because it's behind the spitter, but it gets these 3 buildings, and that's just crazy to me. Then now my queen can get the whole core. I think I sent in rocket balloons, and then the royal champion just kind of walk a bit before I sent her ability. But this base was just kind of wrecked from the start. And this is just, obviously there was the crafted defense, but once again, I fireballed it. It wouldn't have changed this base at all. So the Revenge Tower, the Guardians, that's going to be the interesting part to see how they work. But I also think a lot of armies, especially the Royal Champion charge, right? Like the Revenge Tower, you can't Royal Champion charge anywhere near it since it, but you see also swagging, what is that, 6, 3, 4, 5, 7 spell space. So we've been crushing bases. But as I said, the Revenge Tower actually shoots, I don't know if it even says, but it shoots through Invis. So you can't even Royal Champion charge it because, yeah, your Invis Royal Champion will still get hit. So you got to be careful, obviously, where they put that. And it will kind of deter the Champion charge so you can bait the other side's really well, knowing that they cannot charge the Revenge Tower. Except maybe it's too weak when it's not powered up, right? And so I don't know. There's some things to learn, because if it's not powered up, maybe you can charge it since nothing's been taken down. But if it is still too much damage and you cannot charge it, people will bait the other sides, and it makes, you know, base builders' lives a lot easier. And also, this is what I was talking about. I think these healers just look phenomenal. In my opinion, the blue and purple is so sick. Especially it's the blue aura, I think, of the orb that I really think is cool. But kind of goes with the purple Sneezy and the purple Shadow Warden really nicely. On this one, I went for the Flame Flinger, and I'm not sure how to pull the heroes yet with the tome. I've tried, I think on this one I used a tome or a totem right here, and I don't know why I couldn't just, I tried putting it on the banners and it worked. I tried it on the hero and it didn't work. So I thought it was the banner, and on this one you'll see I go for a banner and it doesn't work. So I'm not really sure what happens, but it's right about here. I fireball and then I think it comes out. So yeah, right here I ice block, but the Royal Champion does come out. Set up my fireball, I hit the clan castle, and then right here I go for the totem, and it didn't quite work. So obviously I had to use an invis, but this is just me learning the spell. Just trying to figure out why in the world it wasn't working the way it did. Turns out there's a skeleton spell. I actually didn't know why my flinger got popped right there, but yeah, skeleton spell looks like. I want my warden to go to this top side where it's just kind of a cannon, then just the town hall, kind of easy defenses. Let my Sui get everything, and right here you'll see again, right? I was gonna go for a totem maybe right in here because that would distract the town or the monolith and expo, but they were kind of shooting junk, right? My king ability, I was totally fine through this section. He wasn't gonna survive, and then it was just shooting the Phoenix King, so there was no need to retarget it. So I got to save it for a little bit longer. And on this one, I think I used it in front of the spitter, even over by this queen, and she is on. Okay, she wasn't even on anything else, and she does get pulled by the totem. So I want to figure out when they are on your heroes, how you can retarget it. But the totem spell does phenomenal. Like, it's actually unreal in any army, but even especially this army, to help your warden, help your Sui get a little deeper. So we got to figure out the best way to use it, but it's been phenomenal. I think it's really especially useful on those, what do you call it, flame flinger setups. So that's something I want to look into, is maybe how I can do that, because I haven't actually done it yet, seeming as I can't friendly challenge, and I didn't do it in any of these attacks. But yeah, I think it can be just quite exceptional. So we'll see how this one can go. And yeah, so far, what is this one? Oh, I think I went for the fireball on the multi inferno. That was just some nice value, and it could take out kind of the clan castle, all these buildings. I think it even reached the other multi, but flame flinger from the top. And once again, even if that's a crusher mortar, that does nothing because it's going to get flame flingered out. So on Townhall 17, this crushed the bases, but as far as Townhall 17 goes, there's a new spell, and there's an extra spell slot, there's higher level heroes, so it's not really fair to compare that. But as far as, that's only a little difference, I'd say. Maybe new levels to healers did a huge job, but we got to figure out interactions again based on new defenses, new levels on offense, what can stuff survive. But I think the Warden Charge is extremely powerful with the new healer level, and this new spell is incredibly versatile. So I want to figure out the best way to use it. But I've loved these super minions because of this. You know, they often are killing the minion prince or whatever hero, but it's often the minion prince. And that's just something Yetis won't do. Plus, it's very valuable because that's a tough hero for your Warden. And if you're not looking at 1 second, that in the Town Hall will easily kill him. So I really liked that. And you'll see right here, I think I may have went with the totem in there on Expo and Mono, and I maybe missed it. But it's provided some great value all through today, and I really want to, I think I'm interested most on the Flame Flinger setups, how to use it, because it kind of reminds me of how we used to tank mortars with, like, giants and barbs and archers, but, like, now with, you know, the totem spell. But I honestly, I time failed that one attack, and I've swagged, like, there's 3 spells, and I didn't even use my clan castle spells. Every single attack was really overkilled, and same thing, like, I had a 97, but on defense I did get a couple defenses, a little lucky with a 99, but still going to be plus 10, even though, you know, this is Townhall 18 on 17, so kind of crushed some bases, and I'm really excited to figure out more about how this army works. I think the World Champion, just to help with time issues, is always better, because so far there's been no lack of power, but we'll see. Maybe you need, you know, you struggle with power, and the Minion Prince will be just better. I'm not really sure yet exactly how that's going to work, but as for now, this is the army that I run. I will have it linked in the description, but let me know what you think about the update, because in my opinion, I'm super excited. The new spell is phenomenal. The defenses, I'm hoping, look really strong and can maybe actually defend well. Like, even still, if you look at my defense log, this is Fireball Rocketloons, but Root Riders, Fireball Rocketloons, a new army with, mass into the new level Dragon Riders. Didn't work out for him. Root Riders, like everything is still Root Riders. So there's 3 out of 5 today. Yeah, 3 out of 5 today are Root Riders. So, and they all tripled actually, if you didn't notice that. So yeah, gotta defend them. I think the Smasher will really help. I think the Revenge Tower really helps, and I'm interested to see this crafting station. I think the Bomb Hive is unreal, but we're gonna see really how these work. I've heard from content creators that this is the hardest meta, harder than Townhall 15 or 16 ever was. So I'm interested. I love, obviously, a challenge, and I'm really hoping it is difficult. But yeah, that's so far where we're at. Those are some of the attacks I brought today. I can't show you them all because I just recorded that whole video for 40 minutes and it got deleted. So just filming another one here for you guys. I really hope you enjoy. And I'll be bringing Legend League content at Townhall 18 with the Warden Charge once again to start. Let me know how you're liking it. Let me know what you've got upgraded. Probably more than me. I honestly have nothing saved up, just kind of one of everything. I don't buy too many offers. So let me know how it's going for you guys, how you're enjoying it, what you think about the colors. I think the walls have been kind of generally accepted as pretty ugly. I got a couple up here. But, whatever, it is what it is. I'll take an update when there's an update. I was fully maxed, and now look at all I got to do. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, that'll do it for today's video, though. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, and I really hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and like to show the support. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.